Hello, welcome. I'm Jon Binnie, your spiritual psychic mentor here in Scotland, and I'm here today to bring you important channeled messages that you have decided to watch on this video, likely because your heart, your energy, your frequency is a match for the messages coming through today. I connect in with my spirit guides from across the universe, also Mother Gaia, Sol, the soul of the sun, Luna, the soul of the moon, and the Galactic Federation and many other beings. So I'm excited here today to connect in with them and share with you today's important messages. And before we do so, please join me as we create a safe space. These safe spaces I create are so important for me to be able to receive safely and also for you to be able to receive from me safely. Okay, let's go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain, nice and loud. And breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any remaining low vibration energy or emotion that no longer serves you, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly as it feels right for you. And focus your attention now on the very center of your heart, where your golden divine spark of your soul enters your human form. And from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light up through the top of your head, up into the sky and up into the stars. Reach all the way up to the highest frequencies and dimensions of this universe until you reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe. And there, connect in your light cord into the highest dimension of source. Feel into oneness, unity, and unconditional love. Remain connected into source and extend your light cord down to the stars and sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now, from the center of your heart this time, extend a cord of light downwards, down through the base of your spine and deep into the earth. Reach all the way down through the layers of the planet until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connect in your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. Remain connected into Gaia's heart and extend your light cord up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. And now, together with the light of Source above, Mother Gaia below, your own light, expand out a golden protective bubble to surround you, about 2 meters out to each side. Above and below, in front and behind you, surrounding all aspects of you. And set the intention that only energies and entities with your permission, your highest good love and compassion can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you, and that all other energies and entities must leave immediately. Into your safe space, invite in your spirit guides, your higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia, Sol and Luna. And set the intention to ask for their guidance, clearing, healing, protection, and assistance for the integration of today's session. And now, through space and time, I create a golden protective bubble around all of us, engaging with this video. And I set the intention only energies and entities with my permission and the highest good love and compassion of all can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us, and that all other energies and entities must leave immediately. Inviting in my spirit guides, my higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia, Sol and Luna, and the Galactic Federation members who have the highest good in their hearts. And we're here today to bring forward messages to help support you the most in your life and through the changes that we're experiencing in the world at this time. And so it is. Wow, there's a big burst of energy there as I invited forwards Galactic Federation members with the highest good in their heart. So my Lyran guide, a lion being from the Lyran constellation, is keen to come through with messages for us today. He comes forwards today as a representative of both the Galactic Federation and the Lyran Council of Light. And so he'd like to bring forward messages to help support us in our human lives at this time and through these big changes that we're experiencing. And I'd like to also set the intention, these are his offerings. I'd like to also set the intention to help, where it's all possible, bring these, and with my help as well, bring these messages into a human, useful, and understandable form so that we can translate them and integrate these messages and understand how to take action in our day-to-day lives. Okay. But first, some coffee. Okay, thank you. So I'd like to ask my spirit guide, Eminchild, to step forwards now. Beautiful beings of Earth, we come to you with important messages at this time. Firstly, I'm speaking to your hearts, that very fire in your heart, that part of you that you've been suppressing for so long. Allow this now to remember how to ignite. You were born with fire in your heart. You were born with a lion's roar in your heart. And now you're remembering to set this flame free. It burns from deep within your belly, and it rises up into your heart. These are the feelings of your human body, the remembrances of you when you were a child. Do you remember that you always had infinite energy to be able to play, to explore new ways of finding joy, to discover the ever unfurling wonder of this universe? I invite this fire back into your heart. I invite these flames from your belly to rise up once more. These are simple, and yet as you grow through your adulthoods, become ever more challenging. You see, you are learning to start a fire underwater. This water is really the deep, dark, icky, sticky fear propagated and pushed and flowed down against you. And really what you're learning to do is to burn away what doesn't serve you anymore. The constraints of the prison that surrounds you is a prison that you yourself continue to reinforce each day. Perhaps you would accept a gift from me at this time. As we are in January 2026, preparing into February and March and April. Great, great changes in humanity. Feel now. Feel your heart relax, gently softening and opening with every heartbeat and every breath. I have a gift for you. It is a gift that you already own. I offer you with my claw, my paw to you. A tiny golden key. I have forged this from my own heart. And as I offer you this key, it is a remembrance of the unity that exists within you. It is a unity key. When I gift this to you, you are really accepting part of you once more. You're accepting the whole of you, your unity back into your heart. For what I give you is something you already own. If you choose to accept, please reach out your left hand and receive this key now, key of unity. As I place it upon your hand, you feel its warmth and golden light, a remembrance of your invite to return back to the oneness of this universe, and yet beautifully expressed as your sovereignty. And if you choose to bring this into your heart, place the key now over the center of your heart and allow that key to gently enter through the center of your heart and feel your roar ignite once more. Unlocking your connection with Source, your connection with unity, your connection with you. Each layer of you and your consciousness, sovereign, separate, and in beautiful love, harmony, unity. As you accept and re-accept this, your soul is stepping into you more. Your soul is coming forwards more. You are becoming whole. And for the deep, dark, icky, sticky mess of the fear that's pushed into you, release it downwards now, down through your lower chakras, solar plexus burning, sacral chakra dancing, root chakra grounding and releasing this into earth. Mother Gaia, please accept this dark energy to be transmuted by your fire, your magma, for the food of others to grow. Great changes are upon you. February the 1st calls in a new dawn of humanity. You have passed the point of no return. Your 5th dimension path now in place and secured. All that remains now is for you to unlock yourself from the prison you have created around you as a human race. You can feel the energy through February and March of truths continuing to be released. Millions of truths. Seek not just the physical evidence shared. Feel into the energy behind it. It is a new spring, a new dawn of humanity, awakening to the darkness of its own collective, just as you have been awakening to the darkness within you. Please celebrate those who wear their darkness on the outside. Perhaps they even wear black. And that inside, they allow their light to shine brighter and brighter. They face fears and shadows publicly. They ignite the very flames within them that help alchemize, transmute, and rediscover their true authentic selves over and over and over. You are being called now to reconnect with the earth. For February brings this circus, a circus of much crazy, chaotic, discombobulated, fearful energies. And you're learning that this is truly a circus. Allow the clowns to play their games. And behind the scenes, see the ringmasters, the puppet masters. These are the beings that truly oppose you. They're watching your every move because they are scared of you. Why go to so much effort if the human race is really just like ants crawling the earth? You are like ants, becoming reconnected with each other, less so in a hive mind and more into unity. You're remembering that you love each other, just as you love your loved ones. You're remembering you do not need to think through every single cause and action and plan. Sometimes all you need is a little fire. Sometimes all you need is a little love. And the rest will simply play itself out ahead of you. March brings brightness in the skies, meteors, flashes of light. You may even see some of the movies, TV shows, YouTube videos and more, guiding to bring fear about these events. Remember, all you need is fire and love in your heart. Your fire to protect you and your loved ones, to do whatever it takes to stand your ground in your sovereignty, and your love to heal the wounds of humanity. You do not need to fear your own son. You do not need to fear yourselves. You do not need to fear each other. Only fear those that hide behind the humans, that play them as puppet masters. And this fear you too shall face, for your love is already won and has them running scared. They are like prey to you now. And as you pray for their souls, send them love, forgiveness, and compassion. May the puppet masters return to source or never return to this planet again. They are the masters of your world leaders. They have soul contracts, bonds, and deals in place. They own the dark web, a matrix across this planet. All of these constructs are dissolving, and they are running scared from your hearts. You can chase them if you wish, but know all it takes to transform this world is you stepping back into your heart, reigniting your fire, stepping into your love and facing your fears. We love you. Wow. I don't really know what to say. I'm speechless. Jon Binnie, speechless. Well, I do not say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Emmett Shell. His voice, wow, I wasn't sure. I kept like checking in on my throat chakra. It's like, how does this feel? Does this feel okay? It's like, yes, this feels fine. He's never come. This is the first time he's come through with such energy, such strength, such force, and he was getting me to open my eyes and look at some of my notes as well, which was really interesting to me. He wanted me to, this feeling of February, because he did mention the end of January, and it's like, no, like, pay attention. Em and Shell, we're in February now. And he was just saying that this circus, this amplification of craziness is amping up. And that's not a surprise to us, right? It's not a surprise to me. We continue to see this escalating as well. Let's get some coffee. I really loved his key, this key to help us reconnect with source and reconnect with our hearts. And it feels really, really powerful. I know as the more I do this work, prediction style work, channeling work, the more I realize how much as a human race, as a collective, we obsess about dates and times in our Gregorian calendar, predominantly around the world, or at least here in the West. And I find that really interesting, connecting with Em and Shell, because it took quite a lot to get months. I don't think I've got any dates from him, but months out of him. And his reaction to it was, a bit like when we look back in our memories and we ask ourselves, what year was that? What month was that? Do you ever look at old photos and wonder what month it was? Or do you wonder what year it was? And it's really interesting because Em and Shell is showing me that he certainly perceives time as bubbles of experiences. And so when, for example, when he was talking about the circus, he was like showing me this experience that if you kind of roughly translated it or mapped it to linear time, it kind of bleeds over several months, which makes sense, right? Regardless of whether it gets January or February, right? When channeling messages, and that bubble, it effectively, that experience moves around in space and time. The experience moves around in space and time. And I love that, it's like that moment when you think back, maybe in your childhood, and you're trying to remember a really happy time in terms of what year it was, but it's the energy of it, it's the emotion of it that stands out the most. So that comes first. It's like, oh, I remember that time. Like I remember age, it's a random memory, around the age of 6, this was the 80s, right? So you could do this in Scotland in the 80s. I'd get up about 6 or 7 in the morning, go down to the beach, which I stayed next to. I lived in North Berwick on the east coast of Scotland. Beautiful, beautiful beach. Still is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. And I would just go down there and I'd pick up bits of driftwood and dried seaweed and bits of rubbish and all I could find. And I'd build a little hut, like a little den, and I'd go and sit in it and I'd watch the sea and the birds. And this wasn't just once, right? For me, this was every Saturday and Sunday, or during the school holidays. I'd often do it, for longer periods of time, for hours. I'd be watching the sun come up. That was me in the sand, full of whatever, picking up whatever rubbish. I have no idea what I was doing. The joy of it, it just I felt so connected and free, and I loved the creativity of building the den. And usually it had been knocked down or the sea had taken it down by the next day, and so I just go and build another one. And yeah, I used to have a lot of fun doing that. I don't really remember the exact year, even the age range. I don't really remember so much. It's just a feeling that draws me to it. It's the emotion that draws me to it. And I love that, you know. Maybe in the future we'll become less obsessed about dates and deadlines and calendars, and more about emotions and vibrational states, because these are really the things that are important to us. You know, on our deathbeds, do we look back and go, now, was that February or March? Or was that 2006 or 2005? Not really. We'll just say, remember the time that, you know, I felt so free when I used to build these dens on the beach when I was young. Which I love that. So my spirit guide, Marita, my Mantis spirit guide, also of the Galactic Federation, wants to come forwards and share a message. And I'm not so sure if I'm going to let her in for a channeled message or not, just because I've just been channeling a lot from Em and Shell. Let me just see what message she has to share, first of all. She's saying, Jon, it's okay. You can share this message however you wish. Thank you. Thank you, Marita. Marita says that the stars are aligning for us now. So please do pay attention. Oh, that's really interesting. She's showing me a dream I had last night. I had a dream last night that I was in my RV motorhome and looking out the window and telling my son that I believed we could see Starlink. I've never seen Starlink in the flesh, if you like, but it's a row, quite a long row of lights that move across the sky, and this is what I thought it was. I thought this was Starlink. So I was saying to my son, look, I think I can see Starlink, and it was just coming up from the horizon. It felt like we were down at the Scottish borders. Wow, this is such a vivid memory. It was definitely dream time last night. And let me just ask what Marita's describing here. This is an invite. So this is this dream, this lucid dream experience. She says, no, it wasn't Starlink in my dream. It was a fleet of Galactic Federation ships. They're quite small ships. They're like shuttles. They're like shuttles, not as small as the ones you see on Star Trek, but bigger than those. And she says, this is the time as the stars align. Okay, sorry, I didn't understand what I didn't put the two and two together. So you mean by these lights in the sky align? This is a sign for us to look for. You can look for Starlink too. I'm pretty sure you can look up on a website to see its location. There's also satellite trackers and such like. She says, look to the stars aligning. There are great alignments that come now for humanity, where there is flow and freedom that becomes much easier through all aspects of us. Just as the stars align, our chakras align also. Most humans still walk the earth with misalignment, blockages, and challenges in their chakra system, their energetic system. And so the stars above, as above, so below. Thank you, Marita. Sorry, she's doing this with her hands. The Marita dance. She's saying, as they align above, they align within us also. This makes everything so much easier for us. And all we need to do is just keep up a regular meditation practice, connecting with our body, asking our body each day how our body feels, and to connect in with the earth. So grounding, barefoot. And she's kind of doing this with her feet, like kind of moving them into the earth, almost like when you're standing on sand and you want to kind of dig your feet into the sand. She's doing that. She's like a little shovel, little Marita shuffle. Wonderful. Okay. She's showing me there's a date coming up in February. It's a year of the fire horse, right? And let me just ask her, is this what she means? I've got the date in my mind. I just wanted to check. I was doing a quick Google as well. Yeah, I thought, why? It's so funny that it's the 17th, because it's January the 17th and then 27th and now February the 17th. It's like all the sevens. all the sevens. That's why I was pausing. I was like, I know it's February the 17th. I can feel it. That's what Marita's saying. But that would be 3 sevens, right, for me. The January the 17th was the convergence of timelines, so fifth dimension and third dimension, and then the opening of the fifth dimension, and then the 27th of January was really locking in this fifth dimensional path for you to choose to step into at any time. And then the February the 17th, she's showing me stars aligning. Now, you can tell me in the comments, because I'd like to keep this video quite short, whether you know if there's any planetary alignment. What she's showing me feels far more our extraterrestrial family, showing alignment on that date. So do look out for sightings. Right? Don't just look at the videos. Don't just look for Jon Binnie videos. Look for these alignment energies. And it's really interesting. She's pulling me. I was just asking her about the year of the fire horse. And what's still left up on that webpage is this feeling of these words, how beautiful are these: intense, transformative energy, independence, and rapid, bold change. Woohoo! I'm so ready for that. Okay. And anything else to share? Stars in alignment. So she means stars and planets in alignment, some of which are in our solar system. She's also talking about stars in alignment out beyond our solar system, and us seeing alignment. So ships in the sky in formations. She says, for those of you that have chosen the activation key that Emenshao brought forwards, she says, there is an alignment in the stars. So alignment of lights in the sky for you, day or night. And so look for them between now and around the 17th, not long, right? Just 16, 17 days, depending on when you view this. Okay, thank you, Marita. Anything else? She says, look after yourselves. Just like she says, I know the fire horse sounds really energized. It is. It's like this hugely, wow, sorry, I've just got this like mental epiphany. You may be already like caught onto this. What was Emenshao talking about most of the time? Fire in the solar plexus, fire in the heart. And here we are now Marita's talking about the year of the fire horse. And it's like, okay, I get it. Fire, 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 fire. You think I'd know this being Sagittarius. Okay. Yeah, so she says, just like a horse, she's showing me a horse in a horse race. We all need to stop for water. We all need to stop for a break. So do pay attention. You can run fast, be bold and brave with your change, seeking out truth, connecting with your ET family, listening to your body, and stopping when you need to get rest, and drinking lots of water, as much as it feels right for you. She's saying, even the fire horse needs to stop and drink water sometimes. Wow, it's so exciting. And I personally just also want to share this feeling that what the fire horse also brings is this, and I don't know if this is what others would write about the fire horse, right? This is my relationship with it, is this very high vibration, fifth dimensional energy, just as I feel the unicorns of Scotland and beyond. They are real. They do exist within the fifth dimension, and they have these beautiful horns that they use for their unicorn horns that they use for singing. So they vibrate like a but very high vibration, and they sing and hold these fifth dimensional spaces in the atmosphere and the ground below. And there's that beautiful horse wisdom, these ascended master horses. I find it very hard to describe other than this kind of visually to me, I keep seeing it as this kind of misty, light, white, and slightly grey sometimes energy of the ascended horses, which is just so beautiful. If you have a horse, if you love horses, let me know in the comments. They have such big, beautiful hearts, and they're such wise, wonderful souls. Okay, thank you. And Marita says, speaking of rest, I really need to get on and go and walk Patch. So I also need to not be channeling all day. This is my day of rest. But I did do some music today, and happy February the 1st. I will bring our session to an end, thanking our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia, Sol and Luna, Marita, Emenchal, and every being that has participated in today's session, and asking all of us to step outside of the shared space and remain in our individual protective space as we close the shared space down and return to Source or never return here again. Thank you. Please get plenty of rest. Oh no, I've got this very funny idea. Get plenty of rest and drink as much water as it feels right. And 1 second, I feel compelled to do a horse impression. So one second. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too loud. It was a lot of fun. Okay, please do like, share, subscribe, comment, hype, share me with your friends. And it's such an honor to be able to support you on your journey at this time. Book me for one-to-one sessions, explore my 5D Ascension classes, my Heart Aligned Business Alchemy classes. Both the latter are free. Not the one-to-one sessions, but the other two classes are free. Join me on Mondays and Thursdays, going live with the wonderful Viviane Heller. Just check out the live page on my YouTube channel, and so much more coming up this week, and more adventures. Woohoo! So excited. All right. Take care. Sending love, love, love.